Now it gets good. Now we're getting into the appearance of Yaldabaoth. Remember, Yaldabaoth is the chief creator in many of these scriptures. But Yaldabaoth is also a demigod, not the ultimate divine force. I've often wondered if Yaldabaoth is Yahweh. Don't be a hater. When you read the comparisons, Yaldabaoth and Yahweh are both jealous gods. There are a lot of similarities between the two. Now, I'm not saying they're the same entity. Here we go. The appearance of Yaldabaoth. After these things happened, Pistis came and appeared over chaotic matter. Now, for those of you that don't know what Pistis is, it's essentially the divine inspiration and faith sent from God, from divine providence, essentially in a nutshell. Pistis came and appeared over chaotic matter, which had been expelled like an aborted fetus, without any spirit in it, for chaos is all limitless darkness and unfathomable water. When Pistis saw what came into being from her deficiency, she was disturbed, and her disturbance appeared as something frightful, and it fled to her in the chaos. She turned to it and blew into its face in the abyss below all the heavens. When Pistis Sophia wanted to cause this thing with no spirit to be made into a likeness of the divine and rule over matter and all its powers, for the first time an archon appeared out of the waters, lion-like in appearance, androgynous, with great authority in himself, but ignorant of where he came from. That's Yaldabaoth. When Pistis Sophia saw him moving in the depths of the water, she said to him, "Young man, move over here," which is the meaning of Yaldabaoth. Since then, the facility of speech, or the faculty of speech, has come to expression, and the faculty of speech pertains to the gods, angels, and people. The gods, angels, and people have brought to completion what has come into being by means of the word. The ruler Yaldabaoth is ignorant of the power of Pistis. He did not see her face, but in the water he saw the likeness that spoke to him, and from that voice he called himself Yaldabaoth. Those who are perfect call him Ariel, because he is like a lion. After Yaldabaoth assumed authority over matter, Pistis Sophia withdrew up to her light. When the ruler saw his greatness, he only saw himself, and nothing else except water and darkness. Now this is how Yaldabaoth creates heaven and earth and produces suns. He thought that only he existed. His thought was completed by means of the word, and it appeared as a spirit moving to and fro over the waters. When the spirit appeared, the ruler separated the watery substance to one region and the dry substance to another region. From matter the ruler created for himself a dwelling place and called it heaven. And from matter he created a footstool and called it earth. And this the ruler had a thought in accordance with his nature, and he created an androgynous being by means of the word. He opened his mouth and cooed to him. The child opened his eyes and saw his father and said to him, "Eh." So the father called him Yao. Oh yeah, totally get that, don't you? The ruler created a second son and cooed to him. The child opened his eyes and he said to his father, "Eh." So his father called him Eloah. Oh yeah, totally makes sense. The ruler created a third son and cooed to him. The child opened his eyes and said to his father, "As." So his father called him Astaphios. These are the three sons of their fathers. Can you connect any dots there? Because I can't. Right now, anyway. The seven heavens of chaos. Seven androgynous beings appeared in chaos, and they have masculine names and feminine names. Yaldabaoth's feminine name is Forethought. Sambathus, which designates the weak. His son is called Yao, and his feminine name is Mastery. Sabath's feminine name is Divinity. Andonia's feminine name is Kingship. Eloi's feminine name is Envy. Oriah's feminine name is Wealth. Astaphios' feminine name is Sophia. These are the seven powers, the seven heavens of chaos. The powers were androgynous in accordance with the immortal pattern that exists before them, and the will of Pistis, so that the likeness of what was from them, what was from the beginning, might have power to the end. Yaldabaoth boasts that he is God. After the heavens, their powers, and their entire government were established, the chief creator exalted himself, and he was glorified by the whole army of angels. All the gods and their angels praised and glorified him. He was delighted. He boasted over and over again and said to them, I don't need anything. He said, I am God, and there is no other but me. When he said this, he sinned against all the immortals who speak forth, and they watched him carefully. When Pistis saw the impiety of the supreme ruler, she became angry. Without being seen, she said, You are wrong, Samael, which means blind God. An enlightened immortal human exists before you, and you will appear within the forms you have shaped. The humans will trample upon you as pottery's clay is trampled, and you will descend with those who are yours to your mother, the abyss. And when your work comes to an end, all the deficiency that appears from truth will be dissolved. It will cease to be, and it will be like what never was. So that's pretty powerful. I mean, that's essentially calling out a demigod that thinks he's God, saying that humans are greater than he. And when you read about the secret book of John, when Yaldabaoth blew life into Adam from Sophia, he then realized that Adam was greater than he was, and it freaked him out. So him and his other archons that he created did their best to suppress Adam and Eve. There's talk about manipulation of the serpent attempting to help Eve from the archons. Completely different spin on paradise.